So, just in case you haven't noticed, the new kids on the block, the MKP party, has been doing rather well in the recent by-elections, where they won a couple of by-elections in different municipalities in South Africa. I think if you listen to my commentary on MKP, I've been critical about their leadership and lack of organizations and perhaps even to some extent, I even went to as far as say the future of the party is at risk because of all those infighting and things like that. But I think it's worth also, just to be fair, really, that even though they don't get other things right, but the recent by-elections where they've won seats both from the ANC and the DA, I think it needs to be commended that clearly they must have been doing something right for them to be able to win those seats from both the ANC and the DA. The ANC being the biggest casualty here, and some of the wards that they have won, they were in the strongholds of these parties. For example, like if you look at the recent win that they had in Ethekwini, I think it's called Ward 110, which they took over from the DA. It was known as a stronghold of the DA. So the DA even sent some of their leaders out there, some of their big wigs, to go and defend that particular ward. And unfortunately for them, the MKP won that ward. And it's very significant because now that's one of the significant seats or ward that they won in a by-election, especially in the Ethekwini municipality, is one of the biggest in South Africa. And if they can keep on doing that bit by bit, it puts them in a good place for the 2026 local government election. So the MKP party and their local leadership, and perhaps even their national leadership for that matter, I think they need to be commended for that win. I think it's very significant. Another win that they had in recent times was that one in Saldanha Bay, I think Ward 1 in Saldanha Bay. They won it from the ANC. And that was one of the first few wards that, in fact, the very first ward that they won in the Western Cape. And for them, coming from a low base of 0 to win one seat is very significant. You need to start building on those types of wins and all of that. So clearly there must have been something good that is happening on the ground level for them to be able to win that ward. I think Richmond as well, they won it from the ANC, if I'm not mistaken. And there was another one, I can't remember where they won it from. But anyway, in KZN, but I think South Coast from the ANC as well. So the ANC seems to be the biggest casualty when it comes to this by-election, whereby the Umkhonto we wins. So the DA is the first time they felt their first loss against Umkhonto we, especially because they went all out in terms of trying to defend this particular seat in the ward. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think the MKP is overcoming their lack of leadership challenges that they're having at the moment, lack of organization structure, and lack of discipline, as it were, as for the political party this new? But I think in this case, because at least the results they went their way, I think we need to commend them, and perhaps maybe what Dudu Zile has said before, that some people are the mafigizolos. They've been people working the grounds. Perhaps those people are the ones who are working the grounds, whereby people are able to give them an ear and even to vote for them so that they can be able to win these particular wards all over the country, particularly in KZN, because that's where the majority of the in the May 2024 election, they won most of their votes there in KZN, or a few in Gauteng and some in Mpumalanga, but KZN is their stronghold. So congratulations to the MKP party for doing well, and this sets a good stage for the 2026 election, because now you have to replicate the MKP. They got a pressure of replicating the good success that they had in the May 2024 general election, and can they be able to build up on that momentum? Remember the likes of Cope, they did well in the first general election, and there was a huge hype for them. And then after that, they were on a downward trajectory in terms of winning subsequent elections and all those type of things. So you think of the 2021 local municipal elections, whereby the likes of Action SA came into the political space with Herman Mashaba. And they did extremely well in taking some of the lunch away from the ANC. And come 2024 general election, they were nowhere to be found. So there is something that happens in between the elections, especially when somebody has done so well, like the likes of Action SA, they started well, and then subsequent election, they struggled. The likes of MKP, they did extremely well in the general election of 2024, and now it remains to be seen how they're going to do in the 2026 local government elections. But at least now they're showing the signs as they win these by-elections. Hopefully they can build up on that, and then we'll see how it goes. So ANC DA, be on the lookout. IFP, be on the lookout. The MKP is coming. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope to see you guys on the next video. Please be so kind, like and subscribe, share the video as many people as possibly can. And yeah, let's keep on growing this community. Thanks again for those who subscribe. Those who haven't subscribed, please be so kind and do so. And we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys' help. Thank you again for tuning in. Bye-bye.